everybody. It's Donna Hetzler for What's Up Wednesday with the New Dawn Realty team. Welcome, everybody.
Hi.
We are all in our homes today just before Christmas and the new year. And baby, it's cold outside.
Yeah.
Holy smokes. I didn't have Santa hat, but I got my, I don't know, you guys called it a caroling hat. So don't ask me to sing. But it is cold outside. So welcome. Thank you for joining us for our last episode of the year of What's Up Wednesday. And we just want to thank you as our clients for being there, for even becoming friends throughout the transaction. If we weren't friends before, if you were new clients, just being part of the friends and family network, supporting us, liking us on YouTube, and all your comments and everything. And the outpouring has just been great, hasn't it, guys?
Absolutely.
So we're shaking our heads. Are y'all muted? Are you with me? Anyways, I was just thinking this What's Up Wednesday that maybe we give a little shout out or a warm memory or something about a transaction that we can share with everybody. And so I'll start with that. And I want you all to know each transaction that we do, they're all my favorites because they're all unique. They all have their own flavor, challenges, and there's no one transaction that's alike. And selling your home and buying a home is a very tough process. It's very emotional. Brian, what did you say the top three are?
The top three things that we can go through from a stress perspective.
Yes.
Death is one.
Oh gosh.
Divorce is two, and buying a home is three. So, yeah, so when you have somebody that's going through a divorce and trying to buy a new home, they get two of the three, which is fantastic. That's why I think we all have our therapist couches in our offices, right. Especially when COVID lifts again, we can start to use those again for our clients.
Well, it's funny because that's a good segue into we're all wearing different hats, right? We wear different hats in our transactions, and that's being counselor and firefighter and encourager and just getting us to the finish line. So wanted you all to know who watch and encourage and support me that every transaction is very special to me, and I learn something different, and I'm able to create and learn in a different way each time we work together. So it grows me as well as a realtor. But my favorite one that really came to mind, and so many came to mind, but one was helping somebody who I got a phone call, and somebody in her family was very ill, and it was an estate sale, and they needed to get it done. And so there was 4 siblings who were left this property. One of the siblings was very ill, and they wanted just low-key sale, like get it done. My client said, I don't want this in the MLS. We just need to get it done quickly and efficiently. And so within our office, the New Dawn Realty team is great, but within our Metro Brokers Elite family, we have some really good resources. And I was able to reach out to an investor group within our family and get that done like within days for them and closed and letting them move on. So that was really a different transaction for me and very special to me. That one family member did pass away this year, and my client got to grieve and be in the right spot and not worry about going back into probate and other things. And so I got to lift that burden, and that was such a blessing to me. And so I love working with you and blessing you throughout the year, and I'm excited to jump into the new year. So, all right, Janessa, I'll just call you out. Go, girl.
Yeah, I mean, what a special year this was, in a weird year, especially for my first full year in real estate. I mean, I think the weirdest thing, I'm a pretty warm person. Like, I'm a people person, and I love hugs and that personal connection. And it was weird this year, like only knowing people with a mask on, like only knowing clients with a mask on, or not being able to shake hands or give hugs or anything like that. And obviously taking all the precautions we need to keep everybody safe. But one of my transactions, it was a referral. So I didn't know them personally before the transaction. And, again, there was none of that like kind of like physical, like handshaking or whatever connection to begin with. But we walked out of the closing room and both, you know, this husband and wife looked at me and they were like, "We just have to give you a hug. Thank you so much." And that was just like, you know, that was one of the first people that I worked with and did a deal with that was a referral, that wasn't like friends or family. And to get that reaction from them and to like know that, you know, we did connect despite COVID was really special. So I definitely remember that one and I'm thankful for that.
Love that.
You gonna throw it out to somebody else, or Kayla, you're just jumping in there?
Yeah, go for it, Kayla. Ready.
Oh, okay. Well, this is my first year, obviously, and I've only had my license for a few months. So I haven't closed on any transactions yet, but I have a lot of friends from my home state of Minnesota who are going through the process right now. And one of my very, very best friends, her and her husband just closed on their first home. And their agent that they had up there was amazing, fantastic. He knew just what he was doing. But they still called me every now and then to get my advice and help them walk them through the process and kind of calm their nerves after it was their fifth offer on a house that they hadn't got. And they finally put the offer in on the house that they wanted the most and they got it. And so just being able to, from afar, see that all happen and kind of hold their hand a little bit while they did it, along with their awesome realtor up there, was just really, really fulfilling. So that's my highlight.
Awesome. And I love your tree.
Thank you.
Denise, you want to go?
Sure.
All right.
My favorite memory was, it was an actual close friend of mine. I helped her buy and sell. Her main goal was to get out of her place because she's getting up there in age and she couldn't do the stairs anymore. And I worked harder than I've ever worked before. And Donna informed me that I got a comment from the guy from the other side. He's actually really high up in the real estate business, and it was a really good compliment. I will hold that special to my heart forever.
I remember us talking about it, and
Yeah.
you said, he's got the A, B, C, D, E, F, G's behind his name. Remember that? And I'm like, yes, do you not know who this is? And you got a very high compliment from a very well-known realtor. So that was very cool. You did good.
Thank you.
Nice. How about Young? This has been a good year to have you on the team. We're so blessed to have you.
Well, my this year has been crazy, but I'm glad I joined this team with a lot of knowledge to learn from. And Donna Hassler, I just got a shout out to Donna, best leader.
Thank you. Thank you. Will you also do a shout out to my mother-in-law, Carol? She adores you.
Oh yeah.
She's like your raving fan. Can you just say hi, Carol? It'll melt her heart.
Yeah. Hi, Carol.
She loves you. Every time she watches What's Up Wednesday, she's like, I love your whole team, but I just love Young. And I'm like, of course you do. So thank you for that shout out. Chantal, it's been so fun to watch you like just take over and go into the mountains and helping clients. I know it's been just a short journey into this year because you joined us towards the end of the year, but tell us your faves so far.
Wow. I did a little transaction helping somebody to rent their house, and this was very interesting. Donna knows me. I usually, when I'm working with contractors, they got to get things done. I like to get things done on time. So my landlord client, she needed her house, a few things changed. So I recommended one of my contractors, and things didn't go very well. I have to fire him in the middle of the transaction.
I love it.
And, and I had the pictures scheduled, I had everything scheduled. And then, so I had to get some rescue from my husband. He came and helped fix everything that needed to be fixed. And my client, she couldn't believe it that we were able to help in that way because we needed to get it done. We got it done, so it was fun. I started like it's been always in my rental career. We had so many fixed happers, and I work with contractors. So it's funny. My first transaction was also dealing with a contractor.
Firing them too. I'm laughing and I'm thinking that's so fun because every time David, when he was building or we were doing a fix flip and one of his subcontractors wouldn't show up, he goes, call Chantal. She'll fire him. Call Chantal. She'll fire him. So that's great.
We got it done on time, and we really got it rented on record time. So
That's great.
my client was happy.
Awesome. Awesome. You always do a good job. And if you want to know more about mountain properties, Chantal is your girl up in Vail. So, and of course, we can't forget our Santa of the group, Brian, who did a phenomenal fondue. Like that was beyond any melting pot experience I have ever had. Wow, wow, wow. You, and then the bacon and the chocolate and the cheese, I'm still, and sending me home smelling like fondue. We all went home, right? And our spouses were like, you smell like fondue.
Well, try living in the house for the the next week. It was, in fact, actually, my parents had stopped by, I think a week afterward, and my dad said the same thing. He said after even leaving, after a week after we did that, he goes, I got home. He goes, I smell like fondue. I'm like, I go, this is why I should have given that tip that if you're gonna do oil, maybe do it in a more open environment, like on a patio or a deck, which means it's more of a summertime thing. But otherwise, you can do the broth, and it doesn't smell. But I finished the fillet last night with some of the sauce. I just kind of put it in a pan, and it was delicious.
I did not get a phone call for that.
There was only a little bit left. It was an individual serving. That's all that was left. But I after what Janessa just said, opened my eyes to just, I guess, when you're not thinking about it, but communication as a whole. And 80% of communication is already nonverbal. So now here we are with masks, and it does make it challenging because a lot of the facial expressions go away. And I truly believe what Janessa said after leaving that closing, that it is more true. But I think there's such fear with people that they want that personal connection or the hugs or the handshakes or anything, and more demonstrative than what we're doing. And people are afraid to say something. So maybe that's something moving forward, just even presenting because I know when people come in the office, I'm like, listen, it's if you want to take your mask off, I'm comfortable with that. And people, I would say 99% of the time, people are like, oh, thank you. But I think going with what Janessa said, even if you're okay, I'm a hugger, I'm a demonstrative person, I think more people might be on board with that, just because I think a lot of people are missing that final piece of the connection. So, but with that, moving forward, oh my gosh, we were talking about the Front Range here and where we're going, and even I think this industry as a whole, mortgage and real estate, demonstrate just the resiliency that we have here in 2020. But with the Fed talking about where they're going to keep rates at, my gosh, 2021 is going to get better. 2022, I think, will even be better, and 2023 will be better. We have everything working for us here in Denver Metro and the whole Front Range as a whole. Our only hurdle that we're trying to overcome is inventory. So if the inventory picks up, oh my gosh, sky's the limit. So positive attitude.
Great predictions for 2021, and being with our fabulous team. And we're just so looking forward to the new year and all that it has in store for you and your family. We will put, maybe, Janessa, this is just like came to mind, but if you haven't seen some of the stars in this team, we did some promo commercials for Metro Brokers, and the first one has come out, and that is starring Kay LaVice and Chantal Sundberg and Denise Gerhardt, some other people in our office too, Pete Sotney and some others on his team, and it just turned out really good. And so, Dave was the first one who came running up because he's my social media information. He feeds me all the info. He sees it more than I do because I'm driving a lot. And so he's like, oh my gosh, did you see Denise's feed and the commercial? It looks so good. You all did great.
You rocked it.
There's some more. Young's gonna be in another one as well, and Janessa. And so maybe we can put the link somewhere, or I'll stick it in my email as well when I send it out to my clients. So yeah, below, check out the link of the commercial of this fabulous team. And we are wishing you a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Happy New Year, all that good stuff. And we are looking forward to seeing you in the new year. Before we sign out, did I miss anything, Janessa?
I don't think so. Thank you again for all of your support this year. You guys made a difference for us. And you guys were a bright part of our lives. So thank you for your support always, and for being here, and for hanging out with us this year.
All right. We'll see you guys the beginning of January, and Happy New Year. We'll see you soon.
I want to say one more thing. One more thing. A quote.
Oh, yes.
It's all fun and games till Santa checks the naughty list.
I love it.
My stocking will be empty.
Merry Christmas.
Happy Christmas.